You're listening. No, you're listening. You're watching Stamsky and Hanks. Hey, what you gonna do with that big red tomato you got outside? With Happy Bear as the pimp slash hustler slash informant. What we have here is this would be a mid-70s model a Ford Intermediate. I couldn't tell you if it's a 76 or a 74 because this grill came out in 74, but the body stayed the same, so 76. And then they brutalized the front end for 1977 with the most ugliest. Well, the LTD2 wasn't really ugly, but it was very plain looking. So let's just get the year. 1976 Ford Torino, decked out in the Starsky and Hutch pattern. Now, what they don't tell you, the owner's not here, so I can't talk to him. You would think that this car was painted red and then the white stripe was laid out and as an overlay, which may be what they have done here. It says it has a 351 in it. I'm going to assume it's a 351 Windsor and not a Cleveland. All right. But for the TV show, when they were mocking up these cars, they were actually painted white. The entire car was white, and then they taped off this for preservation and then laid the red over the white. So it's got slotted wheels, and in the TV show, I believe that these were 14-inch slotted wheels, and they are in this car too. Those are 225 60R14s. 14-inch slotted wheels. It's got no features based on that steering wheel. Not cruise and based on that climate cluster. Doesn't even have air conditioning, see? No air conditioning. No cruise. No tilt. This is supposed to be a Gran Torino. See? It says Gran Torino. Whew. Well, who knows what they ordered for the TV show, because that's Hollywood, but you would think.
This is Starky. Starky. Quiero ver cómo tu placa. La puta madre. ¿Tienes una foto acá?
Yeah, definitely I would have put some Kragar's on these. Kragar Super Sports, slot wheels, 14-inch slot wheels. Jensen speakers. 351 high performance. But that's why I say it's a Windsor, not a Cleveland. Very attractive. It's got a mocked-up cherry light on here, which is basically, that's amber that they just put some some red around it when you can actually get the authentic one. And, it's got a CD in there. It's supposed to be, I guess, resembling a police band radio. Now, just common sense. You do not want to use this as this is your extra. I mean, for TV, it works because, yeah, man, Starsky and Hutch, 2 detectives from Metro Division, down with the Metro Police Department, wherever that is. But clearly, this car is very visible, and if you're looking for criminals or the drug dealers or anybody to get at you, they know what to look for. But still, sort of awesome seeing one in person. Torino, as a two-door, this was a horrible car. Only because look at the size of this car, and then look at the size of that blind spot in that B-pillar. That's just horrendous. And also, this car, I'll show you one more thing. With this car, the trunk pan was actually the fuel tank. So, as wide as this is, you fill it up right here. So the trunk pan is actually the fuel tank, and which means that the trunk, when you open this lid, the trunk is incredibly shallow for a car this size. What Ford did later on was put the trunk right here, in this area right here, the rear deck. There's a space over the axle, which allows you to have a huge trunk that you see when you look at cars like the Galaxy and the Crown Vic from later on. But this right here, whoever designed that rear area, somebody was tying him. They didn't give him carte blanche, because this car has a real shallow trunk for the size that it is, and it should have been bigger. That's why when I say of these intermediates, I think the Chryslers made the best ones with those B bodies.